We're going to have a face-off tonight of the two most powerful, most well-tested Baccarat algorithms that are available. We're going to put one up against the other, and it doesn't really matter how it turns out. They both are very, very successful, so one may be more successful tonight than the other, but that's no reflection on anything. This is back at our test base. This is a lab testing, and we're going to show it off and have the entire kingdom looking at it. And I'm going to be saying hello to everyone from the kingdom as they come online as Guaping 2012. Hello, hello, good to have you. We're going to have some fun tonight. This is Face Off Baccarat. We're going to put them up, the two Baccarat algorithms that I've written. Hey, Trish, the one we're playing most recently, and the one that we used to put together the roulette. Before we went to roulette, forget the zeros, and move it over into Baccarat. We're going to play both of those tonight. Hey, Chuck. I was going to be at the casino tonight, but it didn't work out. And I decided to take it easy tonight after all, rather than get involved with all that driving and everything. So we'll get back after it. We had several very good days in a row, obviously, and hope to have those continue on. But tonight we're going to play two different ways and try to make $400 at each one and try to enjoy how things turn out. Hey, Michael, King Allen, everybody coming in here. Gil, William Latta, good to see you, sir. As soon as we get a little bit of a group here and others that are tuning in, and they'll be looking at it after YouTube posts it with the King's Club. There'll be ways for people to say things and get a look at some of the things that are going on in the kingdom. So King Harold is here with you, and we are going to do some things tonight. Just a little A against B. So we're gonna start it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We got enough people here, and I don't want to keep everybody too late. So we're gonna play $100 bets, martingales, and we're gonna play it player, banker, player, player, banker, banker, player, banker. And me and Soup talked about this today, so that's where this is coming from. So we'll just go straight ahead and we'll play. We're at 464,000, so we're going to try to get to 464,400. There's 100 on the player, and we're going to kick it off right here with one win. So it's player, and then it's banker, $100. I'm not Dellenbaring. I'm not going up and down. We're just going to go right at it, martingale. Two wins right off. This is player, player. We're going to be here for two. I always debate if you win on the first one, do you go ahead and move, but we're going to go ahead and stay with it, win or lose, and we lost. So we're going to martingale this player bet. The second player. And now we're going to martingale the first banker. And we're going to martingale again. And we got $800 there. So now I'm going to go to $1,200 on the first player. This is Dellenbaire. I don't have any pen with me though, so I'm going to have to do it from kind of like from memory. And we go to 1,600. And then we're going to go to 1,300 on the banker. I might have stayed too long on the player there, I don't know. Okay, there's 464, 330. We're only $70 away. So I'll go back to player for $70 because we're just gonna try to get that last $70 so we have our 400. And I will martingale the player one time. And there's our $400. So we did I probably made a mistake because I didn't have my pen with me tonight. I was doing it straight from memory, but doesn't really matter. It's a random thing. But we were going with player, banker, player, player, banker, banker, player, banker, and we were martingaling. The only argument I have is if you're on the first player or the first banker and you win, do you stay on it again? Since this game chops so much, I'm inclined to move, but I'm not sure what Soup wants to do there, and I'd defer to having him do it. Soup has won $3,000 using this algorithm that we put together. We actually wrote this algorithm some time ago. Hey Kevin, hey Marvin, other folks coming in, Ted, welcome guys. And to the greater audience out there, I hope you guys get a good feel for what goes on with the king and the kingdom here, as we are the greatest minds in Baccarat here. And we are solidly playing this game professionally, live in the casinos and in simulations here, so we sharpen our chops. So that was $400 there. So we are going to go to our go-to now is weight 2 and a martingale with a total bets as we go of 7 bets. But what are we doing here? We're going 3 on the first group and then 4 on the second group. And so this is how we start. We want to get 2 to play against. We got 1 player there right away. So there's 2 players. So we would start with $100 on the banker, betting against. And this is the waiting game that we play. Okay, so we got 1 banker there. And the dealers do not mind you sitting out. They don't care. We got 1 banker and 1 tie. Now we have 1 player. But we're going to play it straight up the way we go if we're in the casino. And sometimes you're out for a while, but that's okay. What matters is, do you get your money? So there's 2 bankers. So we're going to go to the player with $100. And now we have 1 player bet. I often like to have 2 fresh ones. I often don't like carrying over, but I will carry over if we have to. But that's 1 banker now. So here we go. Hey, Troy, how you doing, buddy? Gordon, welcome. Corey, boy, Corey, you're a busy man, I'll tell you that. And if I didn't say hello to Kevin, I'm going to say hello now. How you doing, buddy? I might have said it earlier. That's a 1 player win. And it's chopping back and forth on us, keeping us out of the bet, but winning is what we care about. That time we'll freshen this thing up. Okay, 1 player win. And chopping over, okay. We shall endeavor to persevere. Off that tie, we do have 1 banker win that we're playing with here. Now we got a player. Got to get 2 in a row. One banker. And 1 player. Can't get 2 in a row yet, unless I missed it. 1 banker. Sometimes it's this way, we just sit out. The other night I saw him deal 3 ghost hands. Okay, I think that's 2 players. So let's go to the banker with $100. Okay, so now we have 1 banker and we have $690. That's actually $290. And we got 1 player win. Just chopping back and forth. Good grief. Give us 2. All right, there's 2 players. Let's go back to the banker for $100. We got 3 banker bets we'll go on if we have to go that far. And We'll martingale that. And one more time. This is the last one on the banker. With a tie. And there's the banker win on 400. So now we are $30 shy of our 800. So let's do a no bet here. We've got one banker win there. Two banker wins. So we're going to bet $30 because all we want to do is get our money. Martingale. Hey, HR Green Shark, Troy, how you guys doing? Okay, there it is. So what you watched here was you watched us play both of the algorithms. The first one was the playing like the one that we had with roulette originally. We played player, banker, player, player, banker, banker, player, banker. And we martingaled it, and we then, after the martingales had consumed themselves, we D'Alemberted it, and we won it. Then we came back to playing the way that we're playing in the casino now, and we did not have to go to D'Alembert. But I've got some news for you because I did some higher level math today, and I can't take credit for this. I went to, I've talked to a lot of people about something as simple as this, of saying, okay, Baccarat is heads and tails. It's a 50-50 game, right? Hey, Edgar. I do not play poker, Edgar, because there are poker players out there that are too good to get in the table with. And so I'm the kind of guy who plays the games I win. But no, I do not. I do know how to play poker. Yep, I do know how. But there are sharks out there, buddy, and they will get you. You probably already know that, though. But at Indiana University, there's a mathematics school called the Swain School. And I know a lot of people there. And I had talked to some of the people that I respected, some people, educated people. And I said, okay, Baccarat is a 50-50 game. So if you think about it and say banker is heads and player is tails, and it could be flipped, the coin can be flipped, and it can go as many times as it wants one way or the other. After a number of flips, though, we know it's going to be pretty much even. But let's say, for instance, you get 5 heads to start off with. Are the odds heavier weighted to getting a tail on the 6th flip? Now, most of us common sense people would immediately say yes. If there was 5 bankers in a row, in all likelihood, there's a player win coming up. Now, it doesn't have to be. I mean, it can go 14 straight bankers. It can go a whole bunch. But you're saying the odds. Well, all of these great minds that I talked to, they said that if you had 20 straight heads, they said the next flip is 50-50 as they all are. And of course, I dispute that. I said, I understand it's 50-50 on a flip, but once you've had 20 in a row of one, that other side has to catch up because it's going to balance out over time. And I went to the Swain School, to the graduate school of higher levels of math, the Math 400 series people, and I had a volunteer say, tell me what you want to know. I said, okay, here's what I want to know. In my way of playing Baccarat, which is a heads-tails game, if I've got 5 outcomes, that if I lose all 5, meaning, what I'm meaning is if I saw 2 bankers, now I'm going to bet for 3, and I lose all 5, meaning I played player on 5, I played player on the 3 after ignoring the first 2, but nevertheless, there have been 5 straight banker outcomes. I said, and then if I'm going to play 4 more outcomes and I'm going to play player, what are the odds of me losing the 5 to all bankers? And then when I switch over to bet player, hoping that will go that way, of losing those 4. And they said, okay, so this is a probability formula. And they said, actually, we can tell you exactly what the odds are. And so what they did was they said, okay, it's 1/2, meaning there are 2 ways of playing, but there's only one outcome. So 1/2 equals 1 outcome. So you put 1/2 inside a parenthesis and 5 outside the parenthesis, since there's 5 outcomes to start with. 25% to not lose it, okay. And so what they said was 1/2 with a 5 outside means the 1 is exponentiated 5 times. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. And then the 2 is exponentiated as the denominator 5 times, meaning 2 to the 5th power. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that equals 32. So they said the odds actually of having 5 straight of anything is 32 to 1. But they said, Harold, you've added in 4 other outcomes. It's done the same way. 1 over 2 equals 1 outcome. Then 1 over 2 in parenthesis with a 4 outside equals the 4 outcomes. So then when we do the 1 over 2 exponentiated to the 4 with the numerator and the denominator, it comes to 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1, and 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equals 16. So to get the 4 in a row at any time, it's 16 to 1. To get the 5 in a row is 32 to 1. To put all 9 together, for you to lose all 9 bets, it can happen. But the odds, you lose all 9 bets, by the way, it's $6,300 if you martingaled it all the way up. If you martingaled it up and then you D'Alemberted it and lost every bet, you lose $6,300 over the course of the 7 bets you make after the 2 you watched. But the odds of that happening are 512 to 1. Now, if you want to screenshot this, you can see it. Let me see if I can get it up here for you so you can get a good look at it. Okay, so I'll do it this way maybe. Okay, so 1 over 2 equals 1 outcome. 1 over 2, 5 exponentiated is 5 outcomes. 1 over 2 exponentiated 5 times is 1 over 32. It's 32 to 1 to catch 5 of any kind. Those are the odds. It doesn't say you can't do it. It happens all the time, but the odds are 32 to 1. When you add in the 4, this is the way we're playing now. 1 over 2 is 1 outcome. 1 over 2 exponentiated to the 4 is 4 outcomes. 1 over 2 exponentiated to the 4 is 1 times 1 equals 1. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So you got 1/16. So you got 1/32 times 1/16. And that's 1 chance out of 512. You watched 2. You played 100. You lost. You played 200. You lost. You played 400. You lost. Then you played 800, joining the streak, but it chopped over on you, and so you lost again. And then we D'Alemberted to 1,200 and lost again, 1,600 lost again, $2,000 lost again. That's $6,300 down after losing 7 hands at odds of 512 to 1. So that's why it hasn't happened to us yet, because the odds are 512 to 1. There's sometimes that I have gotten to the $400 bet. The only time I went over to D'Alembert was when they had that little tricky game where they did the 7 on me. That one ended up over there, but I have not been in D'Alembert since then. We have only had the 100, 200, and 400 after the 2 coming up. But I want to talk to you guys about looking at the reverting to the player, banker, player, player, banker, banker, player, banker, if you guys want me to play that way one night or not. And so I'm going to wait and hear emails from you guys on that, and you can screenshot this if you're interested. But this is what the graduate course of mathematicians at Indiana University put together as, it's like they said, you can count these as coin flips. And they said straight away, as the numbers grow, because even catching 5 heads or 5 tails in a row, which you can do, is still 32 to 1 odds of it. To catch 5 heads and then 4 tails in that order, or 5 tails and then 4 heads, they said is simply 512 to 1. That's the odds of it. And so I found that to be fascinating. I'm a guy on numbers. I love seeing all the numbers, but that's the way it looks. And you guys can ask me any questions, and I'll fill in the blanks wherever I can. But as you can see, we made the $800 both ways, cashed the money, and that was kind of fun to do. And so I wasn't able to make it to the casino tonight, but I wanted to make the most of this night with you guys and with the other folks that are tuning in to know you want to join the kingdom. You want to be making Baccarat your way to make a side hustle living at it. We're showing you how to do it. And we're also doing it for real as our limited partnership syndication that I'm playing at the casino for all of us. And so that's what's happening. So to everyone that's here, thank you very much. Hit a like on the way out. Send me a note if you have something that you're curious about or you want to make a comment. And I didn't see Soup come in, but I know Soup knows that I was going to do this tonight. And so to all of you, Michael Steinfeld, thank you. We do. Mike's being very nice, saying that he loves the research that we've done. But this is a workshop. This is a lab, and this is how we work it. And I'm always a numbers guy and I'm always a studying guy. And I want to give us the best chance we have to always be making money at this great game of Baccarat. I see it, of course, as you guys do too, on YouTube all the time. The testosterone guys pounding their chest and talking about blackjack, and I was down 100,000 and I won 150,000. And anybody wants to believe that, go ahead. You can take the hook out of your mouth anytime you want. Yeah, Chuck's asking, do you always play the complete pattern, win or lose? The way I'm playing it here, I do not play the complete. I restart like I did tonight, getting 2 in a row, and then I restart. On the player, banker, player, banker, player, banker, I think that you should restart. But I know there's an argument to that, and so I'd like to hear what everybody thinks. And if you want me to go do that, I'd like to know how you'd like me to play it, because I don't want to be risking our money unless I'm doing it exactly the way the kingdom wants to do it. So we have our money, we're growing our money all the time, and I don't want to take any risks on it. Tavin the Gamer, I see you checked in here. Good to have you, friend. So for all of you guys, this is the King and the Kingdom. We play Baccarat for a living, side hustling right now, but when I get moved out to Las Vegas, it's going to be a daily thing, a daily grind of working these things. So Trish, thank you very much. Good night to all you guys. Gil, thanks a lot. And Gordon, the only way it was proposed to play was Soup is making a lot of money playing the more random way, the way we played roulette, and so that's why I showed it tonight the first way. And you also play every hand that way because you've got your schedule. But I don't know, like Chuck asked, do we reset after you win? Like if you're playing player, banker, player, and you win on the 4th bet, do you reset back to player or do you go on to banker? I mean, I kind of think you should just go ahead and ride it out and not reset, but there could be an argument made for either way. And so whatever you guys are thinking, I'd like to hear about it. And thank you very much. God bless you all. Kick a like on the way out of here. And if you're new to the kingdom, send me a note. You can get me at King's Club Roulette or King's Club Casino. You can give me at varying emails, and you can send notes anytime you want or comment on the YouTube video itself, and I'll respond to you there. God bless you all. Thank you to the kingdom. Good night.